What's going on, guys? It's your boy Zoe back with another slate breakdown video. If you guys saw the mishap on the first, I'm sorry. Did not have my mic on, but we are back. We're here. NBA is back. Happy for all that. But today we're going to be talking about some NFL since the NFL is still going on. And we have a one-game Thursday night football slate, unfortunately, on Amazon Prime. I don't know who decided to come up with that contract, but it's crap. Anyway, we got the Cardinals taking on the Saints. Two middle of the pack teams. I really think this is going to be an ugly, muddled game. Honestly, the last couple of Thursday night games we've had has been kind of ugly. Really not too much to look forward to. But we're gamblers. We try to find value, try to find things that we can bet on because for some reason we're just addicted to it. I'm joking. If you are addicted, there's definitely a hotline to call. But hey, we're going to break it down. We're going to try to find something. If you guys are new here and you guys are enjoying the content, please smash that like button, hit the subscribe button. Lets me know that you guys are enjoying the breakdowns that I'm doing and lets me know to continue to keep on doing this. It means a lot. Definitely trying to get 2 likes on this video. Just give me 2 likes and hey, you know, we're on something. But we're going to break it down. I got a couple of plays for this game. Really, it's not too much. I really don't think that you need to force anything. Honestly, just please do not try to force, because whenever we try to force plays, that's whenever we really tend to lose and things like that. Definitely you want to get some action, maybe just go play a $1 showdown over on DraftKings or something like that. But we're going to focus on Prizepicks. If you guys do not have a Prizepicks account, check down the link in the description below for the $100 deposit match bonus that you can get to sign up for Prizepicks. Check that out. And then also, if you guys would like to join the Patreon and see these official picks posted, our NBA, hockey, esports, golf, MMA, all the picks. Like we post picks for everything. Check down the link in the description for that. For the Discord, it's only $10, and I promise you, you will make that back within your first week. Gives you access to one of the coolest Discords in the world and a pretty good Patreon as well for only $10. And there's a lot of people out there that charge way more than that. All right, diving into the first game. Well, diving into the game, we're going to cover the Cardinals first. Over on the Cardinals, if you guys paid attention and watched the broadcast last week for that game, which it wasn't a bad game going up against the Seahawks. I was expecting more fireworks from them, but some things that I did pick up and notice in that game was Kyler Murray. He was running a lot. He was rushing a lot. And the announcers, they did talk about how Kyler Murray was expressing that he did want to, you know, rush more, have more running plays called for him. On top of having running plays called for him, he just wanted to be able to scramble more, which we did get to see that happen. He scrambled and ran for 100 rushing yards last week. This is also, we can include the fact that they were missing James Conner, their starting running back, and that bumped Benjamin, I believe that was his name, which I don't even see him up here right now, bumped him into being the chalk running back, who actually really didn't perform all that well. If you had Kenneth Walker on the other side, you did much better if you played him. But 32.5 rushing yards. We do know that Kyler, he does have those legs. You know, that little man, he can get out there, he can run. And 100 rushing yards last week, 32.5. I definitely feel like he can go over this. The Saints, they like to pressure. We know that Kyler, he's one of those quarterbacks that he's not going to go through all his reads. He see that pressure coming, he's going to take off. He's going to try to get the yards. He's going to try to do it with his legs. He's definitely one of those quarterbacks that likes to try to carry the team on his shoulders and does it all himself. That 32.5, I would definitely take the over or more on that if you're wanting something in regards to that. I know they had his passing yards as a taco yesterday, 245.5 passing yards. He's going to get DeAndre Hopkins back in this game. Yes, maybe he can actually have a decent passing game finally, but not one that I'm too confident in. Just the Cardinals passing offense has really looked middle of the pack. Definitely, I'm going to take the wait and see approach, see how he looks with having DeAndre Hopkins out there with him, see if that definitely does help get this passing attack back on track. The Cardinals, I mean, they looked really well last season whenever they had everything going, so it'll be interesting to see how that's going to play a factor. You can always flip a coin in regards to Kyler Murray's interceptions. He is 4 out of 5 out of his last 5. Saints, they have a pretty decent secondary. I can see Kyler Murray throwing a pick. As you do know, short quarterbacks, which I attest this to being a short quarterback, on top of the fact that you are trying to throw over these 6'5", 6'6", 8 tall guys that are towering out there, you tend to miss whenever there's a pretty good cover out there. And so that's why I always think that Russell Wilson and Kyler Murray, quarterbacks like that they throw quite a bit interceptions besides just being inaccurate. I wouldn't mind taking the coin flip on his interceptions. Passing touchdowns, again, Gonna have to see D-Hop out there, see how it looks. I could see you taking the over on that, but not anything that I'm too confident in or anything that I want to go to. His pass completions and pass attempts, both of them are very tempting considering that the Cardinals, they do pass a lot. 4 out of 5 out of his last 5. I did have some interest in this, but the rushing yards, that tops it for me. I'd rather take that over his pass attempts, but I do not hate the pass attempts at all. And then his fantasy points, if you think that he'll actually get there, especially having DeAndre Hopkins back out there, or he might be able to scuttle in it for a touchdown, I can see taking it, but not anything that I'm too fond of. Come down to DeAndre Hopkins, they had it at 55.5 receiving yards. I still feel like there's a lot of value on this. It's not like he was injured; he was out for a suspension for, I want to say, using PBs or something like that. So definitely could see you taking the over on Hopkins. I highly doubt that it's going to be too much rust or anything like that. He does have chemistry and connection with Kyler Murray. And once again, just a big body target. And we know that D-Hop, he's a freak of nature whenever it comes to being out there. I would definitely go ahead and take the over on 59.5 receiving yards. Same thing for his receptions. I don't hate the 5 receptions or the 8+ targets that we can expect for him to get. Once again, DeAndre Hopkins, he's playing wide receiver 1 once again, and he was one of Kyler Murray's top targets out there last season. So don't hate any of these receiving props, and then especially if you feel like Hop is going to get into the end zone, I definitely could see you taking this. But his receiving yards, that's definitely going to top the cake for me right there on that one. Zach Ertz, honestly, he's been kind of that old reliable player in regards to the receptions. He's gone over this, every single week. And then I do actually have a tab pulled up for him because I did want to discuss this over here. The targets that he was receiving, and now granted, this is of course without DeAndre Hopkins. He was seeing 4, 11, 10, 6, 10, 10 targets out there, and he's just converted. Ever since week 2, he has converted this week in and week out. Once again, having D-Hop out there, being able to take some of that coverage off of him, I definitely could see going ahead and taking over the 5 receptions. He hasn't let us down with that yet. I do like that those 5 receptions, I could definitely see taking the over on that again. Rondell Moore, don't have too much interest in that. AJ Green, he's dusted and busted. Really no interest in him at all as well. If you want to take a chance on his receptions, maybe you think that Hop being out there might be able to open up AJ Green some more. But I don't see it. I mean, if you want to take a gamble, take the under on this. I wouldn't blame you if you took the under on his receiving yards. Definitely something I could see. I haven't gotten a chance to go over my defensive plays just yet, like I normally like to do, going to go see who actually racks up the most tackles and assists for the team, and then also what the team's letting up. I haven't gotten a chance to that. I'm not playing around with defenses, even though I do believe they can definitely get back there to Andy Dalton, sack him a couple of times, and we do know that Dalton can be a little bit, turnover prone and things of that nature. 6.5, I could see the Cardinals defense going over that, but not anything I'm too comfortable in. And then punts, I don't think this is going to be too much of a punting game. I definitely do feel like we might be able to get a good number of field goals and things like that in this game. Speaking of field goals, they actually, oh, there goes, field goals made. They don't have the Saints field goal kicker up here at all. They got Will Lutz. I could see Will Lutz actually getting a couple of field goals in this game. All right, going over to the Saints side of things. Really, for the Saints, I'm not going to lie to you, I really don't have too much interest in this, but of course you need someone from the Saints in order to be able to play any of these plays because it's not going to let you just... Sorry guys, kick my mic loose. Unfortunately, they're not going to let you play all of just the Saint players in this right here, but if we're going to go ahead and go down, Andy Dalton, I really don't have too much interest in Dalton. He's just trying to hold it together. Once again, just like Kyler Murray, you could take a coin flip on his interceptions. I could definitely see you taking that right there. Taysom Hill, we know that they tend to give him some of that goal line work if they do get into the red zone. He can go ahead and rush it in, things of that nature. Once again, this is a coin flip right there, but he wasn't as heavily involved last week as I thought he would have been. Thought he would have did a little bit more. Alvin Kamara, we know that he is the wide receiver 1. I mean, not wide receiver 1. Practically is a wide receiver because of how many receiving yards that he gets and how many receptions he gets. But he's that running back 1. He does it all. Swiss Army knife out there for him, playing receiver and running back. Really, I didn't have too much interest in him in this spot. Chris Olave, same thing. I'm just gonna go down to the 2 guys that I actually did have some interest in. For them, Mark Ingram, if they didn't bump it up, his 7 rush attempts, I do believe that he can definitely go over this. He's gone over 4 out of the last 5 games, and he's averaging right around 9.7 rush attempts a game. That would be one that I would actually take the over on for that right there. And then Jawan Johnson, Going over to Juwan Johnson, looking at his targets over the past couple weeks, 6.2, 4.1, 7.5 for the season. So he's averaging a pretty good number of targets. Same thing to go along with those receptions, 4, 1, 3, 0, 4, and 2 receptions. With the Saints being a little banged up in the receiving department, he's actually been seeing, some of those check down type things. We do know Andy Dalton, how much he enjoyed his tight ends when he was playing for the Bengals. I definitely could see going back to it right here with Michael Thomas banged up, not playing, things like that. Other people have had to step up. I don't hate Juwan Johnson 2 receptions or his receiving targets or his receiving yards, but I'm going to take his receptions at 2 because at worst what he can do for me is push. All right, so guys, that's honestly going to be my slate breakdown for this right here. If you guys would like to see my official plays, what I'm planning on playing, check down the link in the description below for the Patreon. Is only $10, and I promise you make that back. We're posting NBA plays, hockey plays, esports, everything. We got it, and for $10 you honestly cannot beat that. We got a lot of minds that work for us here, and honestly putting up a really good content, really good. But check back later on, guys. I'm going to be posting my NBA breakdown, hoping for the rest of the slate to actually get added before I go through and do that. But I do have a player or two that I'm going to probably review, do a little short on it, and throw it up. So definitely subscribe for the YouTube shorts. I'll get that up to you guys shortly, and then check out the second channel. I'm actually gonna get ready to do some reaction videos to some of the NBA games from last night. No Days Off is the other channel. If you guys enjoy watching reaction videos and things like that, come join me over there.